All right, so who we needed that? Let's talk about my man. I want to give a shout out to one half of the group Crisscross, the hip hop duo from the '90s. My man Chris Smith. He's been he doesn't really make music like that, but right now he's been focused on art, and so he's done a few projects where he painted George Floyd and also Breonna Taylor, and they look really good. It's like, wow, I never knew this dude was an artist like that.
Clap that.
You know what I mean? So that's Chris Smith, and the other half of the group, Chris Kelly, was the one that passed away in 2013. So rest in peace to him, and shout out to them. But he definitely doing his thing, man. He's on social media. I never knew it until I found out about his artwork. So I'm glad to hear that he's doing something to kind of put a voice to the situation. So let's talk about Alicia Keys versus John Legend, the verses, I guess.
Yeah, I did watch it. Yeah. And I just recently watched it because I've been kind of getting out of the habit of watching the verses. Yeah. I still need to go back and watch the B Man and the Bounty Killer. Yeah, I need to go back and see that.
That was a good one. They had some energy in that one.
Yeah.
Now the Alicia Keys and John Legend, it was a more laid back. It was almost like just a soul session where they were just vibing, and they were in the same room. They weren't like doing two separate phones like they used to do in the verses. They were in the same room and just doing their thing. John Legend was playing piano and she was singing, and it was dope, man. I really like. Well,
not to cut you off, but I really liked how they started. They both entered in. They sung a song together, which I really like. I mean, that kind of what they did kind of set the mood.
Yeah, it did.
I really like that.
It really did.
I also like the fact. I mean, especially with some recent stuff that I won't really give energy to see a black man and a black woman coming together, sitting down and actually enjoying each other.
Yeah.
Exactly. Regardless of, they're not, they're definitely, well, we won't get into that because that don't really matter. But it's good that they were sitting down. They had, the feminine energy, the masculine energy.
Yeah. It didn't have to be male on male or female on female. You know what I mean? Which is our song styles are pretty soulful and similar. So let's do this. I think John Legend said he was the one that was approached about it and who he would battle, and he said she was his first pick. He was like, that's the first person I thought of was Alicia Keys.
Yeah, because they pretty much about the same damn person.
Right.
When you really think about it. As far as like you know what I'm saying? But what was cool was I like the fact that they had some, some actual jams.
Yeah.
They had like some rhythmic stuff. Man, like towards the end, like when they really start, like they went from like to the club, to like hip hop, to like gospel. Like when they did that one day, the Selma, the Glory song, and when she did and when she did like Perfect Time to Die, I think those songs kind of left a lasting impression because it's like, here it is, you got the glory, but then you got, people gunned down and everything, you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. So it's like we needed it, especially with what our people went through, we kind of needed that, to kind of get where we, to where we was at. So I really, like I said, I really enjoyed it. I think it was definitely much needed.
Yeah, definitely was, and I'm excited about seeing more versus battles. Matter of fact, speaking of versus battles, me and Howie are probably going to do a versus battle ourselves.
Yeah,
just like the old school version where we just pick some of our favorite hip hop songs a piece, and just go head to head. On them. I don't know. We may do it side by side. We may do it separately, but be on the lookout for that, man. Because I think that would be good for the culture. So be on the lookout for that. And, we're going to pick like maybe, 10 songs a piece, something like that. Or we'll figure that out. But, I'm kind of excited about that, man.
Yeah.
We need that to kind of keep hip hop entertaining. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So be on the lookout for that.
Be on the lookout.
Yep. So, all right. So let's see. What do you want to talk about next?
Let's let's go ahead and talk about the Go-Go
documentary.
Yes.
So, if y'all haven't heard, there's a new documentary out. It aired on TV One, which is I'm loving that channel right now. It's called The Beat Don't Stop, and it's about the history of go-go music and how it started in DC. And just here recently, this year, the mayor declared it as the official music of DC.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
pump
what's
that
up. Because basically, what happened was, they talked a lot about the origins of go-go music and how it started, and people like Chuck Brown, who was like pretty much the originator. It kind of started out a lot like hip hop, where they were playing music, but then they would get to the breakbeat part, and it would be like the Congo drums and all of that, and they were like, wait a minute, keep playing that part, that kind of came out, you know what I mean, and that started the whole go-go revolution.
Yeah, my cousin was like a big go-go fan.
Yeah,
like he's like to go-go like I am the hip hop.
That's
pretty
much.
Yeah.
I like go-go too, man, and I mean I like how it kind of got so big at one point it infiltrated hip hop because Salt and Pepper was doing go-go, Kid and Play did go-go.
Oh yeah.
Run DMC had an appearance in their movie Tougher Than Leather by a go-go band called the Junkyard Band.
Yeah.
Remember them sardines? Hey, and pork and beans.
In the sardines. Yeah, that's that's some real shit.
Man. So
we the only people that can do that shit.
Exactly. That's why they trying to stifle us all the damn time.
Can't hear no damn white country song talking about sardines.
But anyway, we're not gonna go there too
far. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean, it was so dope. Go-Go was so dope that in a whole movie about hip hop, they threw that in there. Where the band was playing that song live at a house party. So I thought that was dope. And a few other artists have done some go-go stuff. We got Wale out of DC. He started out doing some go-go stuff with his music, but lately he hasn't really done too much. But I really liked him, especially when he first came out. I was like, okay, somebody kind of representing hip hop with the go-go thing.
Yeah, go-go is so entrenched. I mean, what I'm saying? Like it's, I think about, DJ Cool.
Yeah.
When he came out with Let Me Clear My Throat.
Yeah.
Like that album, he had like a couple go-go.
He was
but he was in like, from, that area like Maryland and,
right.
DC, Philly. So like he was already there. So yeah.
Yeah, man. I stayed in the DMV for a good minute. So I got a taste of that DC life. And I loved it up there, man. It's so much more cultural up there, and it made me really miss New York because it was a lot like New York. They have a lot more culture up there. There's museums everywhere you can go to. You don't have but so many around here. You know what I mean? They got zoos and museums. We got zoos, but it's like you got to go so far just to go to the zoo down here. You know what I mean? Or so far just to find another museum outside of the one that's right here in town. So it's like, come on, we need more, man. We need more culture, but that's one of the things I think with the South. They want to preserve how the South is so much. They don't want to really progress into that more cultural thing.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. That's how I feel anyway.
Hence them not trying to, take the statue down.
They
I don't take down my damn statue that I don't know nothing about, but damn, don't take it down.
Exactly. Yep. So, but that's neither here nor there. But that go-go documentary is dope. Like I said, it's called The Beat Don't Stop. So please go check that out. You can probably find it online, but it aired just a few days ago on the 21st on TV One.
Oh, let me shout out. Let me talk TV One. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Yeah.
Certain cable boxes and stuff where people live, we can't get access to you. Uh-oh. So I got an idea. This what, and a lot of people are doing this, and maybe you do, and because I haven't had a chance to look at this. But make an app. If you make an app, and I can download it on let's say like Roku or Amazon Fire Stick, I can. And if you have to charge for that, that's cool.
Yeah.
But make an app so we can get access to it Cause y'all are doing so much doper shit than BET.
Yeah, man.
For real. Let me give you
one
yeah.
doing their thing, man.
So make an app, make it accessible with the Roku. I can download it, pay your monthly subscription, whatever. But I need that TV One.
Yeah, man.
I need it.
TV One is the truth.
I need it.
Gotta give it to him. But yeah, man. So I'm glad. I'm fortunate enough to have them in my little package. But you know, they got some good programs on there. Let's talk about Candace Owens real quick. Candace Owens, I really don't know what to say about you, but I don't know if you're just a paid operative or if you're just stupid. But it's one or the other. And she basically, you know, she recently, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, did the video about George Floyd and basically tore him down right around the same time as his funeral. Basically telling everybody, oh, he was just a bad guy and he was this and he was terrible and back in high school he did this and, you know, and now she's doing the same thing with Rayshard Brooks, the man who was killed at the Wendy's in Atlanta. So basically, I mean, she has an online talk show and part of the show she dedicated, you know, to talking junk about Rayshard Brooks and how he was such a bad person and a violent criminal and he did this and he did that, and that was just so much bullshit. It was hurting my ears. So I did a video on that, a Lost in Thought segment. Y'all go check it out. It's on YouTube. But she had a lot of negative stuff to say, but then she was contradicting herself, sounding stupid. She had the nerve to say that when they walked up on him at the car, when they got him to finally get out the car, he immediately started fighting the police. But if you ever seen the video, that man didn't do nothing. He had a civil conversation with those police for like 20 some odd minutes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A civil conversation, nothing happening. And, you know, they gave him the little breathalyzer test. He wasn't acting erratic at all. He didn't start acting funny until they, handcuffed him. That's when he, you know, let his little alcohol get in his head, I guess, and try to run. But, you know, if you're going to say something, Candace, say the facts. You know what I mean? Don't skew everything. And, you know, people are fact checkers nowadays. You know what I mean? Everybody's a fact checker. And so you sounded really stupid because I'm like, you're really trying to vilify somebody who didn't do anything to you. And number one. Number two is, if you really want to make videos about people, make some videos about Derek Chauvin, the one who killed George Floyd. Where's your video about him? Make a video about Breonna Taylor, talking about how much of a hero she was if you really want to do the right thing.
Well, I mean, I'll even give you another one. What about the white guy named Daniel Shaver that got shot the fuck up by the police while he was up there doing the commands? Yeah.
Which one is that?
Yeah, the video is horrible, dude.
For real?
Yeah, like they came up and what they did, he basically was following their commands. He told the cop, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. The kid had mental illness. So there's like, you gotta obey my commands. Keep your hands up high. So like he had his hands up high and everything. Mm-hmm. And then like the police told him to crawl toward him. Well, he crawled toward him. He put his hands behind his back. Man, they nearly shot his head off.
Wow, that's crazy, man.
Now, see,
that's crazy.
The father, that was talking about the thing. He said, man, I did everything right.
Yeah.
I served in the military. I came home from tours. I made, $30K plus a year. I sent my kids off to private school for the best colleges. They're willing to gun down my son. And I did everything right. I can only imagine what black people do.
Yeah, exactly. It's really a shame, man. I mean, it really is a shame. So, we definitely got a lot more to go, but we're making a little progress, so I'm happy that we're making some progress. Speaking of progress, let's talk about a few things. So in the George Floyd incident, the dude that was arrested, one of the cops, J. Alexander Kung, He wasn't the one that leaned on his neck, but he was one of that bystander cops. He out of jail. He just out of jail, out chilling, walking around. And some chick found him in the store. She was like, "Yo, ain't you such and such?" He was like, "Yeah, that's me." Before she could even say his name, she was like, "Yeah, I thought I recognized you." She was like, "Why is you just out here walking around like ain't nothing happened?" "Well, I'm just trying to live my life." And she pressed him hard, which I was really happy about. But I get it. You gotta eat and all of that. But it's like it's not fair that you went to jail over something that horrific, and here it is just a couple weeks later and you out. Where you getting the money to bond yourself out, son? That's what I want to know. Where's you getting this money from?
I'll tell you, man. I mean, we gonna have to let him out, man.
We gonna have to let him
out. We gonna have to let him out, man. It ain't right. It ain't right.
It ain't right. It ain't right.
We gonna have to let him out.
He's one of us. We can't just let him sit in there.
We can't just let him sit in there.
Not with all those animals.
Yeah, the one that we packed away.
Yeah. But yeah, man, so she caught him out there, pressed him, and, embarrassed him, which I was happy about, because my thing is, if you were smart, you would have sent somebody to the store for you and say, "Hey, I fucked up. I don't need to be out here in these streets. I might fuck around and get killed."
Yeah, I mean? He's waited a couple years.
Right.
Even then, that's still risky. But still, damn, my man Bold just...
Big and bold.
Come on up. Yes, come on up.
He was walking around all nonchalant, like what? I do what I want.
I'm about to get someone
But we making some progress. Georgia, the state of Georgia has passed a hate crime bill after the Ahmaud Arbery incident where the two citizens tried to do a citizen's arrest. Now, we still got a ways to go with that because basically it's been approved by the politicians, but the governor has to sign it off to really finalize it. So if he don't sign it, he or she don't sign it off, it ain't going nowhere. But all the people in the Senate have approved it. But they needed that. I think Georgia was only one of like 4 states that didn't have a hate crime law. Most every state has one. There's only like 4 of them that didn't have it. So yeah, I'm glad they finally doing something. And then also another bit of progress. One of the officers, Brett Hankison, from the Breonna Taylor situation, has been fired, which, about fucking time, It's about time. Because, my thing is, this is happening months ago, For number one, which this made me so mad, they lied to this girl's mother. When the girl's mother showed up on the scene, she was like, "Where's my daughter? I need to see my daughter." They was like, "Oh yeah, the ambulance just came by and took her away." So she at the hospital. She goes down to the hospital. They're like, "This girl ain't here. What are you talking about? Ain't no Breonna Taylor here." So she goes way back across town to the house where it happened at, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, she's still dead in the house."
She's still dead in the house.
That's what happened. That's literally what happened. She was like, "Where's my daughter?" "Oh, well, actually, she's still laying up in the house." You know what I mean? And that's really sad that, they lied to her. And then they also lied on the paperwork. When they asked them on the paperwork where they're supposed to fill out what happened, they put that it was not forced entry. And we know they busted that damn door down.
Oh, yeah.
And then they lied about her. I think they said that something about her getting hurt but not killed or something to that. They lied about something. I can't remember what it was, but they lied about at least 2 things on that paperwork. So it's like, why is it just now this man is just getting fired? First of all, it was multiple people, so they all need to be fired because they all took part in this shit. And 2, why did it take so long just to fire 1? That lets us further know y'all not doing shit about this too much. No. You know what I mean? You just doing that in good faith, or we'll let one guy go just to show the public we're doing something. Well, we ain't gonna go so far. Take it easy.
Yeah. But that's the thing, man. It's just what I think really the Breonna Taylor one is just really, that's just the sad. I think that's the saddest of all of them. Yeah. Not because she's a woman or anything. It's just that this woman, they're not really taking into account that this was a civil servant.
Yeah.
This would be one of the people that if those cops were shot and they had to be rushed to the hospital, she'd be one of those people who take care of her.
Yeah.
Them, excuse me. Being able to take care of them.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that I don't get. That's the thing that I don't understand. It's like, why? Like, this one, I can understand. I'm not saying I understand, but like with George Floyd and Rashad Brooks, you know, yeah, you can kind of, you know, they might have rough past. They still don't deserve to die. But I can understand, vilifying that. But her, she's a civil servant.
Right. She worked at 2 different hospitals.
Yeah.
Going back and forth, working for hospital to hospital, putting in all these hours. Because people like her, they don't work like short hours. You know what I mean? They work long hours, and a lot of times they're on call, so they can get called at any minute. You know what I mean? Because if it's an emergency, she's an EMT, so she got to be ready to go. You know what I mean? So it's really sad. You know what I mean? People like Candace Owens, you want to vilify everybody. Do the right thing. Make a video where you talk highly about somebody for once in your life. You know what I mean?
Yep.
For once. You know what I mean? That's why I did that video about her over this past weekend or whenever it was, because I just felt like, you know, she wasn't really she wasn't trying to do the right thing. She just waiting for the opportunity to tear somebody down. So I'm like, yeah, you ain't about shit.
No.
You know what I mean? So anyway, but shout out to the fam. That's my niece, Mimi. She's this book is gonna be dope. So I can't wait for everybody to check it out. You know what I mean? We're getting it all finalized so she can get it on out there, man. You know what I mean? We got a lot of writers in the family, so you know, y'all be on the lookout for that. You know what I mean? So more to come on that. But anyway, man, I think that was pretty much all the topics we had. And did you want to throw anything else in there?
Real quick, man, I did check out the Five Bloods.
Oh yeah,
I just wanted to say that, man, what a phenomenal movie.
Okay.
I am a man of, I forgot my man's name. I just seen it today, but he actually played in Malcolm X.
Was it the dark skin, bald head?
Yeah.
But he got a beard, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know him. I forget his name though, because I saw an interview where he was talking about the movie, and that's how I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's been in a lot of stuff, man. He's a good actor. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. He did his thing in that. I don't want to leave too much about the movie, but it's really a must watch. There's definitely things that don't get too much attention to.
Okay.
That were kind of highlighted in the movie.
Okay.
You know, like especially like in Vietnam, there's a lot of Vietnamese and black people mixed due to the war.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, you had the whites and Vietnamese mixing with them too, but they don't really talk about those people mix as well. Yeah, man. Also, what's fucked up about it is that you got basically a group of people that were trying. It's like black people were fighting 2 wars because it's like you're fighting for them for Vietnam, but then on the other cross of cross back home, they're fighting the war for civil rights.
Yeah, you getting treated like a third-class citizen. Yeah, after you done came home after fighting their fucking war for them.
The Vietnam people realize that, and it's like they're trying to play on that.
Okay,
and it's just like, and it just to me, it's just like, man, it's really kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it's
like if they could. They should have just teamed up and, but I ain't gonna get into that. Yeah. It's gonna be kind of unpopular to say that shit. Well, what I'm saying? But I mean, but it's just really messed up that, powers that be got us fighting. I mean, I even heard on like a couple videos. It was like a couple years ago. About these black veterans, and they were talking about the flag and all this other stuff. They said when they served, they said, black man, it's not your war, it's not your war, it's not your war, black man, it's not your war. They said, I will never forget it. This guy said, I'm 6'2", or 6'2" or 6'5". But what he said, the Vietnam guy killed the white guy that was next to him. And didn't kill him. He killed the white guy that was next to him. He was shorter. He could have hit him easy.
Right, easy.
Black man, this is not your war.
Right. It ain't. And that's a shame that they have to, become an ally to us, you know what I mean, in a war that's being fought against them. Which actually reminds me, I was watching also a documentary about Bruce Lee.
I meant to check that out. The 30 for 30? Yeah, I've been meant to check that out.
And it's called Be Water, but they kind of touched on that a little bit too. Because he was coming up during a lot of the civil rights stuff in the 60s, and so a lot of times Asians had to speak up for black people because of the fact that they saw that even though they were foreigners coming from other lands, they were getting treated better than we were. And they were like, we're coming up here brand new, and even though y'all treat us kind of effed up a little bit, y'all treat these black people like real shit. You know what I mean? Y'all treat us like second-class citizens, but black people, you treat them like shit. So yeah, they kind of touched on that, and but it's really a shame, man. But if y'all can go see that too, it's an ESPN documentary. It's called 30 for 30, and it's about Bruce Lee, and it's called Be Water. So 30 for 30, Be Water. Yeah, because that was one of his famous quotes. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Joints,
right. Yes, sir. Bruce Lee was the dude, man. He was that dude. So he did his thing, man. I was definitely, that's why I had to watch it, because he's always been like one of my favorites, man. In martial arts, I grew up on that. You know what I mean? We watched every Kung Fu movie out. So
let me ask you a question. Bruce Lee or Muhammad Ali?
As far as fighting?
Yeah, they got in the ring right now.
Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee all day. Now, Muhammad was the greatest as far as boxing, but Bruce Lee had multiple styles, so he knew a lot of different techniques, and, he had a little more discipline under his belt. You know what I mean? Muhammad Ali was the greatest in boxing. Now, if Bruce Lee just had to put on some boxing gloves and he had to stick to straight boxing, yeah, it might be Muhammad Ali. But just fighting in general, no rules, yeah, Bruce Lee's gonna whoop that ass. I'm sorry. I gotta give it to him. Now, rest in peace to both of them, because they're both icons and legends. But yeah, Bruce was that dude, man. I mean, there's video of him doing push-ups with one hand on two fingers. One hand, two fingers. And I mean, he did some of the most amazing things. I mean, it's like, it wasn't too many people that could hang with him. He didn't even have an ounce of body fat on him. He was just pure muscle. So that was one of the reasons I loved him, man. So, and his death is still kind of perplexing, because there's always this mystery around it, because he went to this lady's house before he was supposed to go to a movie set. She gave him some food or something, and he fell asleep and just never woke up, basically. So they're wondering, like, okay, did she poison him, or was it something else? So I don't know, man. That always bugs me. I'm like, I feel like she poisoned my man. You know what I mean? Somebody must have paid her. He getting too big for himself. We're gonna have to knock him down a peg. And Bruce Lee was woke. When I say woke, that dude was woke. So it's like you always hear about the people who are woke getting taken down. You know what I mean? Left Eye was getting woke. They took her down. Tupac woke. You know what I mean? All these people getting woke, and next thing you know, they're gone. So it's ridiculous. But we ain't gonna get too much into that conspiracy theory stuff. Well, we'll leave it alone. But oh wow, Facebook waited till now to finally go out.
Yeah.
I guess it don't matter. This is the end of the show. This has been episode 121. Don't forget, smash all the buttons, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. Please share it with your friends, anybody you know, because we're trying to make it to Hollywood one of these days.
Well, not Hollywood, fuck Hollywood. I'm like, you on that piece? Burn, Hollywood, burn! I smell a riot coming on.
Yeah, I'll check
We're
out.
gonna have our
movie.
own shit. Nah, fuck Hollywood.
Right.
That's
We're
the
gonna make
past.
our own Hollywood.
Yeah, that's the past, man.
Yeah, man. But you're right, though. But yeah, for episode 121, this is your man, Uncle Kurt, and this is
Howie.
And we're gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace.
Listen up.